giant monsters. He can respond to the trigger, but if he doesn't have it right then, no longer in the game.
Well, and that killing of the Grave Titan, that's fine and all, but it's not the really scary thing that can come out of Ely's deck.
Kassis being that guy.
That's the really scary thing. That's like capital RST.
I think the question is how late do they think the game is going to go? How much do they value days in this matchup? And, yeah.
I mean, it looked like Gerry was getting value out of days the entire time. We're going to be heading back to that match now, and we'll see exactly what happens with both these guys.
Yeah, I can honestly say I don't actually know exactly what Ely's going to do sideboarding here.
Gerry says keep. He says good too.
Ely choosing to draw, so he doesn't have to have a discard outlet. A common play, you see how to dredge, but works here. Also gives Ely the card up kind of matters.
Yeah, it's actually really like normally when someone chooses to draw in constructed, it seems like a foolish play. It does not seem foolish to me in this matchup.
In this format, this is the only format I have ever been convinced that drawing first was right. I've played decks where I was pretty sure I should draw first if I win the die roll every match. In the dark, draw first. So Zoo and Hulk Rebirth go to 1-1.
Yeah. Zoo picking up game 2, perhaps. We don't know on the details, but perhaps on the back of Kasali Pride Mage.
There's a him.
Or not Kasali Pride Mage, pardon me. Gadok. Similar casting cost, different result.
Slightly different.
Him to Torak. Lucky day. Force of Will, tossing Ponder.
Choose your own pitch. Discard 2, but they're going to hit the 4th on the Ponder if you want your reanimation spells saved and this, presumably Entomb saved. That's what you want.
We see a him return. Oh, and there's the days that we were talking about. Will it come into play? Certainly was used here by Gerry T.
Yep.
Ely Kassis trying to answer back. Gerry saying go, land.
Daze is better for Ely than Gerry. Gerry can manage his way around it if he wants, but he can manage Ely right into the scenario where he's going to get dazed because of Wasteland.
Okay, so apparently in the other match, Grim Lavamancer tore up the table. So here we have in this match, it looks like an Entomb, is that correct?
Yeah. Entomb's going to be cast, and Gerry's thinking about how he wants to fight this. He does have Jaces, so an Iona's not necessarily the best. Going to try and misstep. Ely may have boarded out misstep, actually. I can see that happening. It's just countering his missteps and brainstorms.
Ely lays another land, casts for 3, show and tell.
Cannot put Jace to the Mind Sculptor and play with that one. Jin Gitaxis, Core Augur. Dies to a Diabolic Edict.
And Ely says, no days.
I was surprised that Gerry thought this was a bad matchup. Kind of, Traditionally, this Team America deck is dismantled combo.
Well, one of the things that's kind of fun about Gerry is that Gerry sometimes goes into curmudgeon mode and is like, oh, things suck.
Man, my matchup's not 90-10.
Yeah. So maybe that's what he was talking from, is from the... Here we have Jace. God. Brainstorm?
Yep.
Hunting for answer.
This is a matchup where Jace fakes those a lot, though, the combo matchups, because they just kind of run out of gas at some point, and don't need to draw cards if they're not drawing anything real. I've been fake sealed out of many a game playing combo in this format.
And Gerry's deck is not a deck full of counter magic and answers. He only got some of them. So, I mean, it's not like he's playing like bug style control.
I think the Team America decks are almost more full of answers for combo than any of the other decks in the format. When I played Storm and Free Misstep, this was the matchup I was struggling to figure out how to beat. I played against someone who had like Spell Pierce, Duress, like Thoughtseize, like all of these cards. Like I could list every single card in their deck. I don't think I could any of the cards was one that I wanted to see.
But Gerry's not that deck.
He's pretty close.
He's not playing Spell Pierce, and
I mean, which of these? I mean, looking at his main deck, we were having trouble figuring out how to sideboard. Like, you're boarding out him against combo. Like that's where you're at.
That's
like,
a question mark, right?
Yeah.
And he kept it in clearly. He still has the him
like,
there.
You're just probably boarding out like Tombstalkers. That like your slow win condition. There we go.
Gerry fetches, shuffling away cards from his Jace from before.
Yeah, this deck is a full 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 20 main deck spells that interact with the Reanimator, or with combo, plus the 4 removal for Reanimator, plus Brainstorms.
He needs to get something going very soon, or he's just going to get buried.
Yeah. Might see Jace the Mind Sculptor exiling the library. It's a pretty legitimate plan for Gerry for this game. You know, it's a blue card, pitches the Force. Tombstalker doesn't do that. Let's see. Gerry drops a Tarmogoyf. He opted to keep a little bit of beatdown left in the deck, but I think he maybe just cut down on that, just try to win as a control deck with Jace. Let's see. Fetches another land. Let's see. Yeah, Ely's pretty far behind at this point. I think Gerry might even start, like I said, Fate Sealing away. It's Tarmogoyf. Nope, just Brainstorm. Draws a late Leyline of the Void. Not too great, but yeah, he's no graveyard removal, so the graveyard will stay the same.
Tarmogoyf is big.
Mm-hmm.
So big.
I see Sorcery Instant, probably 4. Yep. Thinking 4.
Leyline of the Void resolves. Thoughtseize follows it up. And there's Iona, and that's thanks to the Steel Wind?
Yep. Gotta take one, but I don't think that's really gonna matter at this point. Ely seems pretty locked out of the game with this Jace. Even if he does manage to reanimate something, it's going to get bounced. It has to be a Jing attack. That's a 4/5 Goyf. Crashing in for 4. Actually, Ely might have a 1-turn window here to top deck his way out of this, depending on what Gerry's hand is. I saw some days, but that might not be enough. Nope. And pretty sure the Fate Sealing begins now. You.
Bottoms it.
Ben Hayes and Josh Jacobson in what appears to be the finals of the draft open over there, having some fun with their match.
Days, Jace.
Yep. Take a Daze, I guess. Don't take the Jace.
What are there for any creatures that are actually in Ely's
Takes the
graveyard?
Jace, I guess.
Animate Dead.
Oh. This could be interesting.
What creatures does Ely have in the graveyard currently?
If he has an Angel of Despair, he might have a Jingataxis. Yeah.
This is going to
He hit it in the 1-turn window.
Re-enter him into this game.
So Ely also has to top deck a way to get probably Angel of Despair or something similar into the game right now. Sounds like Ben Hayes was missing some Bloodseeker triggers over there, possibly. That shrinks the Goyf, too. Ooh, that's potentially relevant. Shrinking the Goyf makes it smaller than an Angel of Despair. so that if Ely managed to get the angel, put it into play, he has outs.
Drawing 7 does a marvelous job of returning you into a game.
Yep. I don't want to know what Eli's keeping, what he's discarding, if he's going to make a move this turn. Ruben excitedly running over. I think that implies that we're going to get a result. Yep.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay.
Felix
Fair
had a
enough.
mulligan his way every game, and it looks like Zoo managed to defeat the Pattern Hulk deck.
2-1.
Probably just kept it off of probably kept it off of its mana and just managed to get it from there.
With the bounced Jin Kassis, Ely has to restart, but his hand, it's like he has to contract from below 7 fresh cards.
I'm looking Angel of Despair if he left it in. That's what he wants.
I almost said it, he's thinking about his ponder. We'll say it that way instead.
Pondering about his ponder?
Yes.
Pondering his decisions? Let's take a look over here. What is Ely trying
What is
to...
he trying to find?
My thought was Angel of Despair, which kills the Jace, and the Tarmogoyf is...
But he needs to get rid of the ley line first.
No, he doesn't. Show and tell.
Oh, show and tell. Yeah, he's got show and tell. Thank you. He does have the opportunity to have Echoing Truth. Yeah, show and tell can take
Grave
it.
Titan could also do it. And he might just get into a scenario where there is 6 mana. That Grave Titan could be cast.
Nice. Against 2 dazes, though. Remember, Gerry has dazes in hand.
Right. He could just show it into play and then go from there. But if Show puts an Angel, Jerry's in a bit of a bind, actually. Well, not bind, but Ely's back in the game from where he should be.
Has Ely laid a land yet?
Yes, he just did.
Okay, because he has no blue in play, I don't think, unless I'm missing something.
He's got a bunch of Cs.
Are there? Oh, they're just okay. They look.
No one has
they're
black
so
border
dark
Cs
with
except for
their beta Cs. I forgot about his $1,200 investment per card. Here's the Echoing Truth on Tarmogoyf, just to buy a little bit of time.
Just don't die, get another turn. Jace is going to Fate Seal, so we'll see what happens.
And we might see another Animate Dead or an Exhume in order to...
Him to Torok.
Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll hit your...
Spin the wheel. Gerry debating whether he wants to blow the dazes or not.
Dave, spend 1? Sure.
Choosing to bounce his lands, not just so he can discard them to a future him, but so he
And
can
Jace.
brainstorm other way. Yes. Him did his job. It took the 2 dazes out of the hand. Basically a double Thoughtseize.
This is a really excellent game. Gerry draws.
Edict.
Edict, that's pretty awesome for Gerry.
Pretty brutal.
I think we're going to see a brainstorm here, just to try to turn those lands into something amazing.
Turn into a Force Wheel.
Force Wheel. Does he have a blue card to pair with it, or no?
5 lands. If he wants to. Might just pass, start chasing.
That Tarmogoyf represents a kill on the next turn. So
Sure.
if he has he's got an Edict in hand, and if he has a blue spell, that's answer Force of Will and kill on the next turn.
I think Ely needs the Grave Titan. I think he might cast it. This might be Titan action versus Titans versus Jason Legacy.
It would be really exciting to see a Grave Titan hit play in Legacy. I've never seen...
From the stack.
From the casting of it, yes, the stack. I've never seen that.
That's a Force of Will on that Tarmogoyf. Ely drops to 3. Looks like Gerry does not have a Force or a blue card to pitch.
This actually gives Ely a lot of time.
Not as much as it looks like. Jace can start Fate Sealing away any of his options.
Well, I mean, that's still time, you know, like...
It's a couple more turns, but it's, you know, you're getting about less than a full turn's worth of draw every time.
Fate Sealing somebody with a full hand is never as exciting as Fate Sealing someone with an empty hand.
To be fair, he knows at least one of Ely's cards is a blank, the Sphinx. Entomb.
Entomb.
Just getting stuff out of his... Ooh, I don't think that was right. Do you remember the ley line?
He could get something out of his deck.
He's supposed to wait until after a Jace Fate Seal, actually.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Much better to use it as a shuffle. What did he remove?
Just took a card out. Supposed to wait till the Jace Fate Seal. There we go. If you leave something on top, shuffle. That was a mistake. Probably an interaction that Ely isn't too used to seeing.
I mean, it's not a common situation where...
Yeah, especially in Legacy.
Yeah.
He primarily plays Legacy. Yeah. He may have, like...
Actually, wasn't... what was the last Jace activation? Oh, it was Brainstorm. Yeah, okay, never mind.
He may have... Gerry taking a look at the exiled zone. Now an official zone.
Main phase Brainstorm.
Did we miss a Brainstorm that had happened for Ely before? Maybe that's what he's going to shuffle.
Puts back a Sphinx and something. It's not in your graveyard. There you go. Removed from game. End of the turn, Gerry fetches.
Cracks away those 2 lands. I think Ely's just trying to get this Angel of Despair into play to beat this Jace. That's what it looks like he was setting up all the way from the Thoughtseize way back when. Gerry has a waste.
Entomb once again. This time getting rid of...
An Entomb?
Yeah.
Opting to respond to a Brainstorm with it, just to make sure that it shuffles away or a Jace Storm, making sure it shuffles away the Brainstorm. Gerry opting not to start Face Sealing just yet. Yet again, I'm usually just much more aggressive. I want to kill with Jace.
I wonder if Gerry is aware that the Oracle errata of Animate Dead allows Stifle. Because Ely certainly is not playing a newly printed Animate Dead. He's playing a beta version. And Animate Dead, I mean...
Bang. This is what we were talking about.
Oh, boy.
That is a Grave Titan on the stack. This is probably going to be a hard cast Forcible to respond to that Grave Titan. So 6 mana threat, countered by 5 mana counterspell, hard cast from the hand, and a Legacy combo versus tempo matchup. This format is awesome.
I feel like it was just a traumatic visions being cast there or something.
Yeah? Oh my gosh. Card was so good. Kassis. Now I think we start seeing the Fate Seal. Your hand's stacked. You got force. You got double force.
If he doesn't have a threat, I think he's not going to Fate Seal. I think he's going to find a threat before he starts.
He has a
Fate
threat. Look at Jace.
That's not a threat that ends the game. He wants just to have a threat that swings once and the game ends. Let me restate it in a slightly different way, just for semantical purposes, right? He wants a card that will keep Eli from actually doing something, just like finishing the game with anything.
That's what Jace does. Fate Seal.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Fate Seal reduces the chances. A creature attacking once ends the game.
What are the odds of him drawing a creature then?
He has 6 creatures definitely, and maybe 8.
Well, are you really giving Ely less draws by, digging for creatures as opposed to just making?
You have to activate that ability at least 4, then 5 times. So I think that he can beat a 5-turn clock that isn't necessarily a full clock.
I think you underestimate exactly.
Oh no, I love Fate Sealing. I just think when you've got your opponent on one swing from being dead, you try to kill him.
I don't see really any need to do so, especially when using the stack. You might just get forced, and your opponent might just have more time because you've been brainstorming. And admittedly, brainstorm gets you more answers too. But
yeah, I mean it's not like you're using Sage Owl here. You're getting card advantage every time that you do it too, with cards that, as you were claiming earlier, are very interactive with your decks, your combo opponent's deck.
Yeah. Ponder, shuffle. Oh, those Jim Stalker. Never mind.
Boom. Now Ely is on a 1-turn clock. Win or it's over. That's it.
And Gerry advances to the second finals of the day that he's been in.
I'm inclined, after watching that happen, I'm inclined to believe that when Gerry was like, "Oh, what am I going to do against Reanimator?" I think he was just being a grumbly old man. I think that's all that was happening. So, for those of you who were indulging in the in our premium giveaway, that's 6 months of premium if you answer the trivia question at the hashtag SCG Premium. What singleton does Gerry have in both his Legacy deck that he's in the top 8 with and his Standard deck?
And the answer was Ponder.
Right.
And the winner is Alan.
Okay, so the answer was Ponder. And so talking with Gerry about Ponder in his Standard deck, he cut a preordain for a Ponder, basically just to try it out.
Yeah.
He just was like, maybe Ponder's better. I'm not sure. I want to try. And he said he's played it a lot. He still doesn't know.
One thing he did mention is that he said Ponder gets worse in multiples, but preordain gets better. You ponder, you keep it on top, you don't want to ponder again. You preordain, it gets better a lot faster.
And then in his other deck, I kind of wonder if his Ponder in his Legacy deck as a 5th, in this case, Brainstorm, is kind of just being like, I want more Brainstorms. One more is fine. And also it makes Tarmogoyf better.
It does. The sorcery is a very important aspect of that.
And we're going to announce a winner in that in a second. The winner is?
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's Alex Ortiz. So Alex, you have won 6 months of free Star City Games Premium. If you want to go ahead and follow us at SCG Live, we can get you information on how to do so, or on how to redeem your prize. It's really awesome. Great articles. Gerry Thompson,
Absolutely.
2 finals, 1 weekend. We'll see if he manages to pull off the back-to-back win that no one has pulled off so far. And he would have a great report on this.
I know one of the things that's really interesting too is very recently Gerry Thompson basically published the deck list that he chose to play in his Standard event. He's like, this is the deck to play. He played it. He won it.
Yeah.
You could have been the person that had Gerry Thompson's event-winning deck list before the event started.
He had a couple small changes.
Small changes, but the basic heart of the deck was the same.
Yeah. Mary, Angel, Callblade.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short break before we come back. Gerry Thompson running Team America.